What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the German Bear podcast. And today we want to take a look at preseason week 1 and Austin Booker's second performance in the Chicago Bears uniform against the Buffalo Bills. And yes, guys, it's time again to look at Austin Booker's progression from the first game to the second game and what he was able to do against Buffalo in week 1 of the preseason. Really excited to break down his film because, again, he was able to do a lot of great things. If you want to, feel free after this episode to check out the film room episode that I did on him in the Hall of Fame game. He showed a lot of good things, but as I said, he redeemed himself today with a big stat line and just showed out again against good competition, in my opinion. But before we want to go into the film room, let's look at his stats real quick. What was he actually able to do to put on the stat sheet right here? He had 5 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 2 hurries. In my opinion, that's a really good stat line for him to just show off in preseason here, and I'm so happy for him that he got those sacks because he really deserves it. And now, with that being said, let's move all of this out of the way and get into the All-22 and break down his game tape. Starting it off with his pass rush, we're looking at a 3rd and 6 situation with Josh Allen in the game, and also Dion Dawkins being his opponent here, one of the better left tackles in the entire NFL here, and has a really good rush here against him. When we look at the play, he gets vertical quickly, as he always does, which I really like to see, just creating a little bit more of a leverage for himself and space to work with, and really displays his quickness here and upfield power in his legs. You can see how explosive he just gets there, and then turns that speed into power, and I really like the hand placement on this one here, especially because Dion Dawkins, and the timing is just perfect, is about to do another kick step and puts his arms back to create more power back vertically, and at that point, Austin Booker sees the opportunity and just takes it and puts his hands on the exposed chest and drives him back for a couple of yards, and then bull rushes back underneath and sheds inside. And unfortunately, Josh Allen escapes the pocket early on the opposite side of the tackle box because there was an opening, and on 3rd and 6, Josh Allen, if he sees an opening, he's taken off because he's such a dangerous runner. But it was really good to see that he got there in time, and if Josh Allen was forced to stay in the pocket, I think he could have really made a play here and get a sack on Josh Allen. So it was great seeing that against the starters of the Buffalo Bills, him making a pretty solid play right here and just displaying literally his power. Then we have another play a little bit later, which is pretty similar from the rush. He gets vertical acceleration quickly here, so repeating myself here, but that's just what he does, right? Usage of leverage I wrote down, and then just the power on this one from his plant foot is very evident here, stands out to me, and you can just see how much pop he gets from that plant foot. And then he fights through underneath with active hands and a swim move, something we saw from him in college a lot. So nice seeing him using a couple of different rush moves here to work back inside, and then gets close to the quarterback. Unfortunately, he slips past Austin Booker here, but he definitely made his presence felt and forced him to get out of the pocket. And that's just not one time in this entire film room, right? It's not just 2 plays that I'm showing you where he showed his power. No, he does it all the time. Also, his one-arm bull rush just looks so amazing and reminds me kind of Khalil Mack. I know that's high praise, but the one-arm bull rush, Khalil Mack loved to do that, and Austin Booker looks pretty similar when he does it. I'm not saying he's Khalil Mack, but that was so much fun to see, and that move especially reminds me of him, which is obviously great. And hey, if he turns just slightly into Khalil Mack, we take that any day of the week. But yeah, with that being said, let's move on to another play where he used a different move, this time not his pure power, which just shows his variety of rush moves that he can use already. And I kind of get the feeling that he starts to liking his spin move. He used it a couple of times in that game, and I like it as a surprise move once or twice in the game. So it's really good to see him developing that as well. And just gets a short vertical sell here on this play. From that perspective, it's pretty interesting, and then plants his foot to work back inside, and then forces the tackle to retreat inside as well. And then with perfect timing, as soon as the tackle tries to punch him and dips his head, he starts to engage and then frees himself with a quick spin move. And then after that, he doesn't stop. He bends around the edge and just the space that he created, and then almost gets there for a sack into the pocket. But I just love this rep because it shows he can use the vertical sells that he does normally to then sell something inside and spin off of it again to really just confuse the tackle and not knowing what is going to happen with Austin Booker and what he's going to give me as a tackle. So that's really exciting, and I love that play right here by him again. Then another play that we want to look at, one of his sacks actually. I'm repeating myself again, but gets vertical here quickly again and creates leverage, uses to speed to charge his power, and then engages and rips back underneath and forces the quarterback to step out of the pocket. And then he's not directly getting the sack, but he keeps fighting. He just shows his high motor, doesn't give up. I love this about him too. And then redeems himself with a sack on the second try, but forced him out of the pocket with a lot of power here, again overpowering the tackle, getting into the backfield and getting the sack as well to redeem himself. Big play here by Austin Booker. And then another play which I think is even crazier is where the Buffalo Bills put help on the line with a tight end chipping Austin Booker. And right here on this play, when you look at it, just the sheer power again and the variety of rush moves displayed, gets rid of the tight end in a hurry with a strong push-pull move, just simply dragging him past him, and then works back inside against the offensive, the left guard in that case, and then uses all the momentum that he has inside to spin off of it left back into the outside, and then charges through to get a sack again. So on this play here, on this play, power, speed, hand usage, adjusting in a second, plus using different hand moves and finishing a play. I think that was a beautiful one to look at, and as I said, just shows a couple of things that he really does well already in his young age, early on in his NFL career, and it just gets me excited for more. Now, that's not the only things I wrote down for him as a player in this game. That was all more pass rush related. Other things I noted down as big pluses were his motor. I mean, that's one thing that fits perfect with Matt Eberflus's hits principle. He never gives up on a play. If a guy's charging down the field 10 yards, 20 yards, he is always around the ball trying to help out and maybe get a tackle if another dude misses and at least slows him down. He's going to be there and make that tackle. He hustles down the entire field. It doesn't matter. That's something that stands out so far, and I love that mentality by him, and it just gets me so excited what type of a player he is with great work ethic and the talent on display. He can be such a special player, man. And also another thing that was evident is coverage. He was dropped into coverage at least twice in this game. I don't know if it was even more, but twice I noted it. So I really enjoy the Bears just trying to use him in different situations, using his athleticism, and he moves well in space. You can see it here again, and he also did it in the Hall of Fame game pretty well. So I really like to see that too. And then the last plus I have is his ability to loop and set up stunts. He set up one linebacker blitz here with looping back inside and completely overpowered that guard and just pushed him back like a toy. So I like that too. He can set up stunts. He can loop around on stunts. He's going to be such a weapon, man, in the regular season. It's amazing that we got him in the 5th round. And then for one con that I noted down, he didn't have a perfect game. Obviously, he's still a rookie. I think one thing that he needs to improve on is eye discipline. There's a couple of plays, one read option play where he completely crushed down onto the running back and the quarterback. I think it was Mitch Trubisky on that play, came completely free. And then also play action play, he fell for the play action way too long and realized way too late. So eye discipline is something he needs to work on and get better at, but it will come with experience, and he will learn from big veterans like DeMarcus Walker and especially Montez Sweat. So he will be good, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be a beast for the Chicago Bears already in this season, even though we're going to have a couple of plays where he's going to make mistakes, but that's what a rookie is there for, right? So with that being said, for today's conclusion, how did Austin Booker actually look against the Buffalo Bills? I think phenomenal, honestly. I mean, he's a rookie that was a 5th round pick, and even though we have high expectations, I think the rest of the league is not noticing him yet, and that's a good thing because he's going to surprise a lot of people come regular season, and I think he's going to be a productive player early on for the Bears. Showed again his speed, his power. He showed that he can mix it up with his pass rush moves. He can go into coverage, has a high motor, and is just a Bears player that loves playing for us and playing football for Matt Eberflus. And Those are all things that get me very excited, and he's just going to be such a dog, man. But with that being said, guys, that's the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think of Austin Booker's performance in preseason week 1 against the Buffalo Bills. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. Check out Instagram and Twitter if you want to as well. And as always, guys, bear down.